All right, everybody. Welcome. This is The African Times. The name of this channel is The African Times, and my name is Thomas. We're going to jump right in, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, brothers and sisters all over the world. Just got a little breaking news. The best candidate running in the American election is not running in the American election, but that doesn't mean that you can't vote for him. Write him in. Who am I talking about? You're wondering. Well, the person I'm talking about is somebody who committed their life to you. A former candidate who gave his all for the people, for the real people, for the people who look like you and me, for the children. Your children, your children's children, for those of you who are grandparents, and for our unborn children, our grandchildren's grandchildren. The reason I'm bringing this up to you right now is because it's an election period. And you know what they tell you? This is the most important election of your life. This is the most important election in the history of America. Everything that is happening in America right now depends on your vote in this election. This is what they tell you. You've heard it. If you vote Biden, the country is doomed. Oh, black Trump supporters, I'm support Trump. Make America great again. Oh. But you realize, don't you? I'm hoping that you do. Is that this is a continuation of something that is going on over and over and over again. This is not the first time that they've said that the election is paramount. If you don't do it now, the whole world's going to end and all that. This is not the first time for that. The reality is, this has been an ongoing saying every time that, there's a global crisis about to take place, and the individuals that they're going to place in front of you will be at the helm during the time of these crises. So, as I started out telling you, there's somebody else who can run for president. But have you ever thought about the fact that you can actually do more things for black people, people that look like you and me, people all over the world that look like you and me? You can do more things for black people if you run for office for black people. You know you can do that, right? Yes. You can have your own organization that's committed to issues related to the development of us as a people. You can have your own voting. All of y'all who believe in the vote, since you believe in it, you can vote for a group of people. Call them president. You can call them king. You can call them anything you want. You can vote for them. And those people will do a much more effective job protecting you, looking out for your prosperity, and in getting the things that you need. That can be done. It's not something that can't be done. And it's not breaking any laws or anything like that. Nothing like that. You just simply elect the person, and then they can have a cabinet or a committee or a think tank or anything, and those people can spend their time working on the issues that really affect people that look like me and you. And what I'm suggesting to you, there was a brother who ran for president because you know what they tell you, oh, president for everybody. Well, he was trying to do that. Just like many of us, we believe that for many, many years, that we can come together and we can work together and we can figure out a way to work together with these people that don't look like me and you, and the people that don't really care about me and you. We can come together and we can work it out with these people, and we can all benefit the Americans. This is what we were told. This is what I was told. I know I heard it every day of my life. Now, the brother I'm talking about, yes, Dr. John Fitzgerald Johnson, Dr. John F. Johnson. Many of you know him as Grandmaster J. Did you know that he ran for president? Yeah, many of y'all used that against him. You said that, well, because he ran for president, he must be some kind of plant. He must be some kind of this. Well, clearly that's not the case. But again, I don't see you guys coming out to his defense. And you should be doing that, because here's a person who's sincerely trying to help you. Was literally trying to do it in the way that you keep saying is going to help you, which clearly there's proof that 400 years, 200 years, 300 years, whatever you want to call it, there's no proof. Now, this brother tried to do that by running for president. Legitimately. Now, here's the funny thing. Wait. No, it's funny because right now, as you know, he tried to help you, and as a result of trying to help you, they incarcerated him. They put him in an institution. It hurts me even to say it. That's why I pause a little bit, because that's our brother. He broke no laws. He just simply tried to help you, me, people that look like you, and our children. But there's a big push. Remember, blacks for Trump. And he's been convicted. A felon. I believe it's a felony. 34 counts, all proven guilty. But we want to ignore that now and say, well, he can still be president. He's probably going to be president. I wouldn't put it past these people. For me, I know that this is all preordained. Okay? So the situation is that our brother, who's in an institution, who tried to help people to look like him, and not just running his mouth. No, if he was just running his mouth and there was really no good that he was going to do for you and me, they wouldn't have put him where they put him. Okay? Now, I'm saying that to say to you, Trump, he got a felony, and they're going to put him in there. Or a felony or whatever it is. It don't matter. He was convicted. They're going to put him in there. They're going to put him in there as the president with a record. Now, you and I know all our good brothers and sisters who have these records for all of these different things or whatever. They can't even get a job. They can't get loans. They can't vote. They can't do all of these different things because they have this record. But this man, they're going to put in the office and make him president. So what I'm saying to you is, if you want to play and pretend, and I hear all of the Trump, blacks for Trump, I hear all that. If you want to play, okay, and say, okay, we voted, and then you wait another 4, 5 years, 8 years, whatever it's going to be. You wait for that, and then you think all of a sudden things going to change for you. You have to be insane to think that after 300, 400 years, these same people are going to change. They're not going to change. But if you want to play that game and keep doing that, then you're putting the lives of your children and your grandchildren and your grandchildren's grandchildren and our posterity in danger, in jeopardy. And these are the facts. I don't have more time to be playing silly little games. There was a man who ran for president, but they were never going to let him do that. And he realized that, and he said it. So he took it upon himself because he knew that, well, you know, I'm helping my people is not contingent upon whether or not you approve me to help them. So I'm going to help them anyway. And that's what he did. Dr. John Fitzgerald Johnson, Grandmaster J. Now, let me tell you something, because I want you to understand. I'm going to show you a video here. It's a clip. You guys all aware that Dr. Cornel West is running for office? Okay. All right. Yeah, he's running for office. And he just did a speech. It was hosted by Malik Zulu Shabazz, I think. I think the brother that's kind of dealing with the Black Panthers right now. Okay. And Malik, brother, hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're doing. So, this is me supporting this brother has no barrier against you, a barrier against Dr. Cornel West. It has nothing to do with that. What I'm simply pointing out here is that I'm asking all of you, Brother Shabazz, Dr. West, while you're on this campaign and you're talking about issues, but one of the issues is our brother. He put together a coalition. He put together a group of people and stood up for the people. So when you're talking about your issues, bring this issue up. So that we can do something to help this brother. And the reason I'm saying is because, here, I'm going to let you guys listen to it. Dr. Cornel West talked about the issue of, you know, if you're really doing something, you know, and you got to be willing to commit, and you got to be willing to put your life. I'm going to let you listen to him say it. So hold on. Let me put this on there for a minute. Okay, so you heard what he was saying. Now, if you think back, this is exactly what Brother Grandmaster Jay, Dr. John Fitzgerald Johnson, that's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. And I didn't see anybody else doing it. And let me just, so he gave the commitment. He's still giving the commitment right now, where he is. So if that's the case, you're talking about, you know, president, vice president, all this. Why don't y'all speak up for this brother? And speak about getting this brother out of, get him a pardon. Since, you know, okay, well, you know, listen, I don't have time to play any games. Every president who goes in that position, that job, they're not making those decisions on their own. You're a fool if you believe that. And I'm too old to keep pretending. No, it's a group of people. They're following instructions. You see Biden right now. Come on now. Reagan was the same way. And I'm sure there were others. But they're following the script. They're following the program. And they're not going to be any different. So what I'm saying to you, you had a brother, and you should vote him in. Write his name down on there. See, you can be the president of the black people. You're not breaking any laws doing that. You just say, well, no, okay, well, great. Y'all have y'all system over there. Go ahead, do whatever you're going to do. Because let me just be frank with you. You can vote every single day of your life. You're not changing anything they're doing. Don't you know? Did you vote to send money to Ukraine? Did you do that? Did you vote to send money to Israel? Did you do that? Did you vote to bomb Libya? Did you vote to put bases all over in Africa? Did you vote to do it? Did they ask you? All right, so listen, I don't have time. I don't have time for no games. What I'm pointing out to you is that this brother gave everything he did for practical reasons so that you can be protected and safe. I'm going to do another video because the governor of Maryland just passed a rule or some legislation pardoning 175,000 people for marijuana convictions and things of that nature. 175,000 people pardoning them because marijuana is legal now and everybody knows. And he goes on to tell you, well, you know, it was some discriminatory practices taking place where they were arresting more than, you know, for every one white person that had 3 black people. The same old thing over and over and over and over again. And just so y'all know, thank you, NFAC. Thank you, Grandmaster Jay. Why? Because don't you realize their actions led to many of these heightened sense of awareness where they're going to now, you know, change all the rules and make all, but they're not going to come and tell you, well, we did this because we saw them brothers walking down the street and we know we need to keep everything kind of cool because things are getting out of hand, we gotta calm everybody down. So let's act like we're doing something to help the people. That's what this is about. So you had a man who could stand up there and speak diplomatically and politically and all of that, but who also had the courage. This is what Dr. Cornel West was talking about. This man had the courage. He wasn't just standing up there in no suit. No, he wasn't standing up there in that. No, he put that uniform on. He put those black pants on and black boots and that black shirt, and he walked down the street with a weapon. But he didn't threaten anybody. He didn't harm anybody. He didn't do anything like that. No. Listen. Do you remember George Bush getting on the ship with his little fatigues on? Do you remember that? Okay, so is something wrong with a brother doing it? A brother who served the country in the military. Was something wrong with them doing it? For black people? You're a fool if you're going to do that. And I'm not going to sit back and keep acting like, oh, it's only up for them. It's got to be about all them. You know and I know what's going to be the outcome of this situation. Third party? Third party. Okay. Remember, I told you, the people who they put in there, they better do what they're told to do. And if they don't, they're going to die. This is just the truth, period. This is what these people do. This is what they do. So why are we going to sit here and act like we playing some games? What are we doing? Grown men? No. So, again, you heard what our good brother, Dr. Cornel West, said about commitment and how, you got to be really for the people. And I think he said he rather die than be a coward. Okay, well, let me just tell all of y'all. There wasn't no cowards walking down the street when NFC marched. There was no cowards walking down those streets. And the man with the courage to stand up and lead the people, he wasn't no coward either. So all of you people, this is why all of you people, the people who stand up and send our boys to war, the young boys, and do you know right now they're talking about, I don't know if this legislation is passed, but they're talking about legislation that would reinstitute, they call it selective service, the draft basically. So the boys, I think 18 to 26, mandatory. Now, when I was a kid, I had to sign up. There was you didn't have a choice. Well, if these people have something in their mind that they want to do, and they're requiring our young boys to sign up. Now, remember, our young boys that look like me and you. Hey, y'all, listen, how many of y'all been out of the country? You got beef with some people? You got a problem with some people? How you gonna have a problem with some people you haven't been out of the country? This is a real serious situation. And like I told you, the most important election in your life, to pick that one on the right, this one on the left, have you lost your mind? It doesn't matter which one you pick. Every time it's been the same situation. So why are you going to keep doing the same thing? That's why our brother said, no, we're going to organize. We're going to put a coalition together, and we're going to work for the benefit of our people. The people who have enough sense and courage to understand it. No, we need to be about us and what needs to be done for us. And we don't want to hear no more. Remember, not fucking around. We don't want to hear any more of the bullshit coming out of your fucking mouth about what you gonna do. I want y'all to understand something, how long this bullshit's been going on. I'm sorry. Let me tell you something. Don't y'all remember Stevie Wonder? He wrote a song, you haven't done You ain't done nothing. He did a whole song about it. That was in the 60s. That's 40, 50 years ago. 60 years ago. In the 70s, 50 years ago, whenever it was. Why? Because he was making a statement that it's the same thing over and over again. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. And it's just roll on, generation after generation after generation. Because they tell you, give you a little job. This is how they ended the civil rights movement in the 60s. Gave some of these people. There's one of these brothers who stood up. He became a congressman. From fighting in the revolution, the civil disobedience, whatever they want to call it, then they give him a job as a congressman. Okay? So listen. As I was telling you, there's a brother, you want to vote for him, write him in if you want to do that. Go there, write him in, because whatever you vote, it's not going to matter. They're going to do whatever they want to do. It doesn't matter which one they put in there. They're going to do the same thing. Now, I'm going to release another video showing you that these people, every one of them, have been doing the exact same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. It doesn't matter which one of them it is, because they're just the face following the system's agenda. That's all. It's just a job. And they're going to make money. I tell you something a bright dude said. This dude's from... Y'all need to listen to some of these people. I don't know if y'all know about some of these brothers and sisters in Africa who's trying to stand up. It's the same fight we've been fighting from the continent of Africa, moving through Brazil, moving through the Caribbean, moving all over the world, Europe, America, all over the world, fighting for the same thing, trying to get free, trying to get away from these people, trying to get some independence. This is what this brother said. And it makes sense. You don't think about it, but the American, 40 years, I don't know, 40 years ago, I looked it up. I can't remember. But back then, presidents get a salary. They get a salary. You hear someone, I'm not going to take a salary. They get a salary. Now, let's say the salary is $300,000 a year, $400,000, $500,000 a year. What are you doing to get that job to serve the people? You get the job, but to get the job, you have to raise 20 billion, 20 million, 200 billion. Do you understand? To get a job that pays you 500,000 a year, but you have to raise, in order to run, 2 billion, 3 billion, 20 billion. They're telling you to your face. Well, this is a bribery situation. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, it's not bribery. I mean, it's a donation. It's a contribution, a campaign contribution. Okay, how silly do you have to be? Grown men and women. Now, I can understand some of you young people because you've been indoctrinated. I was indoctrinated. We went through years of the same kind of information. You can't see yourself clear because they're putting so much nonsense in your brain. It doesn't matter. Amos Wilson, I told you guys about him. He said, you would be better. This is back doing, remember Jesse Jackson running for president? Oh, Jesse can win. They gave you Obama. They put him in front of you. And he did some of the worst things that can be done to black people. Then now they say Joe Biden. He did some of the worst things too. And you think Trump didn't? Have you lost your mind? Don't you realize? They talk about a bomb right now, bombing over there in Syria, bombing in Yemen, bombing all, giving the people weapons. Don't you remember Trump did that too? He went over there and bombed Iran. I'm going to show you the video. All of them do it because they're a part of the same system. You have to be a fool to believe that there's something different going on. And black people, my brothers and sisters, my family, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Have you lost your mind? Apparently, some common sense has been taken away. There is nothing. When you take that seat, nothing changes. If you don't do what they tell you to do when you get in that seat, they'll destroy you. Yeah, they'll take your life. They certainly will. They did it. Even now, around the world, they're removing leadership in various countries right now when those leaders don't agree to follow the program, the directives. Okay? So, listen. Again, I'm going to tell you, Brother Grandmaster Jay, thank you for standing up for the people, having enough courage and love for the people. And believe me, let me tell you something. All these other people, these people running for office who say they for you, and they going to work through the system. Martin Luther King, let me tell you something about Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King, he didn't, nonviolent, remember? No weapons. Did they kill him? He was killed. No weapons. Peace. Let's all be together. Little whole hand, little white boys, little black girl. Content of your character. Remember all that? Somebody told me they killed his parents. I don't know if it's true or not. I wouldn't put it past the people. And think about that. The very fact that the people you're talking about, if somebody said something about them, some horrendous act that they did, accused them of that, your first thought is not that, oh, they wouldn't do that. No, your first thought is probably. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them. And these are the people you keep hanging your hat on that you're going to give them of something. And let me tell all of y'all something about this, just so you understand about this voting. I was there in the beginning when they had these little things, these little cards, and you put them in, they stamp them, and then they count them. I know people who used to work there. I worked there one time. Let me tell you something. They switched over to a computer counting system. Have you lost your mind? Do you really think that they can't change the computer system to say whatever they want? You really think that the judicial system, these Supreme Court judges, you remember Bush, right? Hanging Chad. Oh, let's go to the court. Let the court rule. So, I understand it. I respect them if you believe that they have, integrity, that they're never gonna, violate their oath. If you believe that, that's fine. You go ahead. But when it comes to people that look like me and you, there has not been a history to support that the system, those operating in the system, are going to do everything on the up and up for us. that hasn't been the history. So why am I going to pretend like all of a sudden it done all changed? So what I'm saying to you, the brothers who run, and Dr. Cornel West, I've listened to you for years, brother. No problem with you. Go ahead. Do your thing. If you became president, they're going to put the same kind of pressure on you, so nothing's going to change. You think you're going to go in there, let's be real, brother. You think you're going to go in there and rewrite all this legislation, rewrite all this stuff, change everything, stop. You think they're going to allow you to do that? I'm sorry, they're not going to allow you to do that. They're not going to allow that. They're not going to allow Trump to do it. They're not going to allow anybody to do it. You do remember John F. Kennedy, right? Yeah. Whatever it was, they're not going to allow you to do it. Period. Do you understand? These people will never stop. They call it MAD. Mutually assured destruction, I think is what it is. In other words, if they can't control it, they're willing to, take it to that. So no, I respect our good brother, Dr. John F. Johnson. I respect that brother because that brother stood up for the people. And because he did that, the proof is there. You see, they're not letting him run a whole campaign like some of the others. You remember the others. Dr. Cornel West, He's running. Good for him. No problem with that. What's the other one? Ben Carson? Is that what his name was? Okay. Obama, and Jesse Jackson, and Al Sharpton. If Al Sharpton, so y'all understand, man, quit playing the games. Quit men. What's wrong with you? If Al Sharpton was a threat to them, and the others, if they were a threat to these people, they would lock these people up. Or they'd kill them. This is what they do to the threats. Now you want to pretend and act like that's not true? And you don't. I'll be honest. I don't care if you ever watch me. You don't have to click like. You don't have to do anything. In fact, stay away from me. The cowards and shit, y'all keep that shit away from me, man. No, it's true. It's their history. They openly tell you. Listen, they have white people right now running around talking about, telling everybody who they done killed and how they done killed them and what they do, and this is why they do it, and this is the agency that does it, and this is why they did it, and that they're gonna do it again. And you want to come up here and pretend to me? And this brother gave his all for us, and he's still paying that price. You want to do something? Write him in. Told you, the best man ain't the best candidate. They're not letting him run. And no, it don't have anything to do with criminal status, right? Trump. Oh, now y'all, he got street cred. Look, I just, when and how long is it gonna take for grown men to behave and act responsibly like grown men? All those people that, okay, the president of the United States and all presidents in all the countries, you know, they're undergirded, they're supported by their military. Yeah, what I was telling you is something Amos said, and I got carried away. So let me just go back to that point. Amos told you, and if y'all don't know who Amos Wilson is, y'all need to look him up. I'm really gonna do a series on him, because all this other nonsense, this foolishness, Chancellor Williams, destruction of black civilization, Amos Wilson's black power, falsification of consciousness, destruction of black civilization and black power. That's like the Old Testament, destruction of black civilization, and the New Testament, black power. Okay? Should be mandatory reading. Everybody, you need to read it so you can understand what's happening. But Amos told us, you'd be better off. This is, like I said, back when Jesse was running. If Jesse Jackson was really about helping people, Al Sharpton and the rest of them, they were really about helping people. What they would do, since they're so smart and all these people, they're such geniuses. These ideas, because I'm sick of the bullshit, man. And the people with the money too. It's just, if y'all so geniuses and y'all got all these goddamn answers, why y'all can't seem to just come together? There's a little panel on it. Y'all just can't seem to come together. And fuck all that running for these white people. Just come together and say we're going to just work on the behalf of black people. We're going to organize ourselves and do that. You know the problem with them? I'm talking, you know, the ones that ran. And look, all of y'all, listen, I don't have no problem with your religion. I don't have no problem with that. Pick whatever one you want. I don't really care. But the belief that there's one superior, like, let's say, this is something I want y'all to explain. Put this shit in the chat or in the comments. See, where it bothers me, the Million Man March. You remember that? Okay. All right. I might have to do a video just on this, but just let me make this comment, because the Million Man March. The second or third one, whatever it was, because there's so many. there was a brother you put up there. You put a brother up there. Said he representing men. Cleo Monago, I think is his name. This is what you put up there. And that brother said, I want to thank... This is what he said. I'm just telling you what he said. He said, I want to thank Minister Farrakhan for allowing me or bringing me to speak, or whatever he said, however he said it. Because that shows that he's committed to what basically is inclusivity. Now, you look it up yourself. Now, I told you. Now, that dude, there's a video floating around of that dude, Cleo Monago, talking to young boys and girls, high school or college, doesn't matter. Talking to them about his lifestyle. You understand? Okay. Going to the babies. You're going to the minds of our children. And this is a brother that was put before 1 million men to stand up and talk about manhood? Is this what we're talking about now? Is this what we're talking about? Okay. Okay. No, see. Hey, listen. You got kids. That's really. Nature? You see these trees? Nature? Hey, man, listen, the bullshit and all of the people with the bullshit, I'm fucking sick of that shit, man. I've been living long enough, and you've been living long enough, too, and it's a bunch of bullshit out here. And these people promoting that shit, they promote that shit because it's a part of the whole overall agenda. Following right along with that shit. Not everybody's with that shit. The agenda. So, no, Grandmaster Jay, thank you. Nfac, brothers and sisters, thank you. Shit, you got my vote. Since we voting, that's what we're doing, right? You got my vote, brother. I respect you. And like Amos said, you'd be better off if you just... Not Grandmaster Jay. I'm talking about all you other people who think you get ready to get in their system, become the president of their system, and once you become president of their system, you're going to change the system. You ain't changing shit. Get your mind right. Quit playing fucking games. We ain't got time for that shit. All of us getting older and shit, doing the same thing over and over again. What the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? Ah, damn. Sick of this shit. I don't know if I'm going to leave all that in there. You know, I tried not to do that. I didn't want to go. I was trying to be on the up and up. But it's the same bullshit with, you know, it's the same bullshit with the religion and the money. As I told you, all these people, you got all these motherfucking preachers, you got all these fucking businessmen, these genius, Al Sharpton and the rest of these motherfuckers on TV talking about, you know, oh, they got the answers. Motherfucker, this shit is easy. Rich people, you so-called capitalist motherfuckers, okay, you got some money. This shit ain't easy. Nah, we gonna make a shoe factory. But that's what Dr. John Henry Clark, that's what he said. He said, make some underwear, motherfucker. Motherfuckers gonna buy it. Remember FUBU? For you, us, for us, by us, all that bullshit. You got money. But see, them people on TV with these folks. The only way they got on TV with these folks, the white people, they don't make those silly ass mistakes. No, they put you up there because they know you're going to say what they need you to say. And when you don't say what they need you to say, they're going to get rid of your ass. Period. So, you better off, like Amos said, you just come together. You spend your time and energy building your shit. And you can build it. It's been built before in America. You all know the history. I did a video on it, but they don't let y'all see those videos. They don't let you see the videos about the real shit. What happened? Bombing black businesses, bombing all that shit. Everybody knows, but they keep that quiet. Let's not think about that anymore. And put these mouthpieces out here and talk about everything else but what really happens. And talk about everything but what these brothers, brave brothers and sisters did, which was put together a coalition of people who say, well, shit, if we gonna do this shit, we gotta protect it. Which is what you have to do. Yeah, you have to protect it. That's what I was just telling you. You think all the presidents and the countries and all that shit, you think they don't have a security force? They got a security force to protect their interests. You're supposed to have one too. Now, all you silly ass people running around here, all you so-called motherfuckers leading, it's very easy to tell when you're really not for the people. That shit's very easy to tell. Because you enrich yourself, you enrich your friends, your family, and you're unwilling to come together, the word unite, and put together the means of production so that we can hire our people and tell the truth. Yep, gotta have some weapons. Yeah, you gotta have that. There's nothing wrong with the NRA. They're for it, right? This is America. Yeah, we supposed to have them, right? This is good. There's nothing wrong. And if America is great and it's great, that's good. Then why not follow America? You want to follow all the other philosophy shit, but you don't want to follow that shit. You don't want to follow that because you're afraid. You're a coward. You have no strength, no courage. No, you're supposed to, like America says. You remember Bush? Hey, look, they're going to all hear from us. Remember that shit? Yeah, so no, you have to have something to protect it. And these brothers, Grandmaster Jay, is why he was commander-in-chief, supreme leader, because he's willing to say, okay, I'm going to protect you. Don't you hear the presidents? What do they tell you? I'm going to protect the people, and my number one responsibility is to protect the American people. Well, he said that, and there was something wrong with that. Now, which one is it going to be? Something wrong? You can say it, but he can't. Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm so sick of that shit. I don't know what to do. So look, y'all. I really didn't mean to go into all that, but the older people. It's a lot of shit I got to say. I keep running out of time because I'm busy, but. Yeah, so listen, if you vote, just letting you know, Cornel West, Dr. Cornel West, he's running. You can vote for him if you want, that's fine. You can vote for Biden if you want, that's fine. You can vote for Trump if that's, he make America great again. I don't know which period it's going to be, which is great. It's going to be very bad for some people, particularly people that look like me and you. By the way, speaking, I want y'all to know something. This probably, I don't even know. Every time I put out a video, I'm seeing, it looks like the people don't even get to the end of the shit. So a lot of this talking is just for me. But let me just, when Trump ran before, where I lived, it was in a county that we were told, I was told, I'm from there, I grew up there. I grew up in that county, Trump County. So when this brother won, I lived near a house that was being newly constructed, and they hadn't put the cement in the driveway. It was still wet cement. So some of the good citizens, very happy that Trump had won, they wanted to show their enthusiasm, their excitement, their appreciation for his victory. So they went to the wet cement and wrote, Trump power, white power, fuck the N-word, And then they finished it up with white power. Now, I told you I lived near there. And on my way to work, I know where it was written. So that every time I drive by, I, look over there and see if it's still there. So in the wet cement, it's going to be there. It's permanent. It's a new sub. So then, later, the contractor had to come and kind of, scrape it out and then re-put it. But don't you know those people they're sending a message. Now, if this brother is for all the people that look like me and you too, all of y'all Trump supporters, the brothers, the sisters, okay? What person do you know? I can't think of any that inspired people to go out and say those kind of things, perform those kind of acts. I can't think of any brother that really did that. I can't think of it. Even Malcolm X, our good brother Malcolm X. Malcolm X said that we don't even want to deal with you people. We don't need to deal with you. You can help us if you want, but we don't need to deal with you. We won't do anything. But if you do something to us, then yes, then we're supposed to do what every natural being on the planet is supposed to do, and that's self-preservation. Protect your life. Defend yourself. And there's something wrong with that. Some bullshit, man. You black men, and you black women that's running around in support of these kinds of intentionalities. Yeah, write it in your comments. You can say whatever you want. I don't care. Makes no difference to me. Hopefully, we can reach some level of understanding, some level of consensus, because it's very commonsensical, the problem we're having and where that problem is coming from and how that problem is happening. It's very commonsensical. And it's not going to change. It's happening all over the world. All right. I'm going to go ahead and leave this alone. Look. Yeah, thank you, Grandmaster J, Dr. John Fitzgerald Johnson, for having the courage to run for president. And also having the wisdom and insight to recognize that, okay, you tried that. You said it. I remember listening to you. I remember when you said it. You tried that. Robert Mugabe said the same thing. I tried it. We tried. When they kept asking Robert Mugabe. You look up Robert Mugabe. He used to be president of Zimbabwe. I'm not saying I'm supporting anybody. I'm simply pointing out one of the things that he said. That they tried to have an arrangement and agreement with the good brothers and sisters in Europe. He tried, and he just couldn't do it. So then they had to go to another course of action. So again, thank you, brother. And Cornel West, good luck to you. You want to, after the elections, just first, I hope you win, okay? But after the elections, if by some unfortunate situation you don't, all of you leaders, it's real simple. All y'all come together, particularly you church leaders who taking all the money. Taking all the money. That's where the money is going. People freely giving their money to these people building church after church after church, large church after church, a mega church. Okay, so they pick out a school. School ain't going to get it. School ain't going to get it. No, you have to have a system, a school system. And that school system don't even need a building. It's not true. No, you need to hire the teachers, the administrators, the organizers. You can have private school, homeschool. You can do it under a tree, just like I'm doing right now. Get a bunch of kids together, y'all sit down and y'all be under the tree and we're going to learn. This is what we're going to learn. That's a solution for you. It's not difficult. Just like you get together 1 million people to show up someplace, you take a donation. All of y'all can't seem to get together and say, well, look, we just going to get this curriculum here. And all the black parents all over the world, those of you who want an alternative educational system, here's the curriculum. We got the best minds. We paid them. And it ain't really a lot of money. You pay them 70. Look, you pay them 100,000. That's a good salary, even in America and all over the world. Don't you can get, what, 10 people at 100,000, it's $1 million? Okay. You know how many churches y'all had? In 1990, it was some ridiculous amount of churches. I can't remember. I used to know. I'm going to have to look back in one of my videos. But it was in tens, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, some ridiculous number like that. Which when you do the math, if you say each one average giving up $5 with some 34 billion or 34 trillion, some ridiculous amount of money. That's what black money is. And you got these people, these preachers, mega churches, mega communities, mansions, jets, planes. But you can't put together something to manufacture some shoes. You just can't seem to, it just don't come to your mind. Oh, that's for the other businessman. The other businessman who makes his money, and then he got so much money, well, he can't spend it all in his lifetime. His kids, they can't spend it all. And y'all, oh, but Dave, you talking about socialism. You talking about communism. No, you fool. You still run around using these people's words and language? What's wrong with you? We got our babies. These are our babies with their lives and their futures. And I just, you know, thank God for NFAC and Dr. Johnson and all the people that came before him, because he didn't come on his own. Now, he was the embodiment of people who came before him. And the NFAC, they were the embodiment of people that came before them. And they took the baton. And it's going to continue. Because all of y'all cowards, and I'm talking to you, and if you're a coward, you know who you are. You can change it. It ain't a bad thing. We all have moments where we're afraid. I know some people who are afraid to die. You're going to die, so there ain't no need in being afraid of it. Listen, there will always be people among us, black people, who never gonna give up the fight and the struggle, because it's our children and our babies. They deserve a good life. What's wrong with you? All right. Yeah, sorry about that. Didn't mean to go this long at all. It's ridiculous. Size of the problem. All right, y'all. Look, I love y'all all. Y'all take care of yourself. Ooh-hoo-roo, ooh-hoo-roo, ooh-hoo-roo. Remember, you can vote for that, brother. All right, y'all. Take care. Bye-bye.